Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Scott here from Baseball Lore and Collectibles. I know not a lot of people have seen my YouTube channel. I have 15 subscribers. 15, I hope to grow it through here in Instagram. I'm going to always put the links to my new videos here on Instagram to hopefully get people to view my channel. I talk independent wrestling, but mainly the channel is for talking baseball cards, memorabilia, card collecting history, shows, you name it. Now, here we are in 2024, and one of the things that I really do enjoy doing is, just following what people find, following what sells and everything. Because myself, I'm not in a position to go to shows and such. It's a little discouraging, but you know what? The hobby will never be completely discouraging as long as you have YouTube. You have net54baseball.com, a fantastic message board for all sports, for buying and selling and getting information on things. I recommend it. net54baseball.com, no spaces. Join it. It's a great site. Anyways, I was thinking today, going back, I love to relive the happier times here and the memories. And, you look at Mickey Mantle, 1952 Topps. Now, everybody knows, anybody that's really even a little bit knowledgeable about the card collecting hobby knows that officially, 51 Bowman is Mickey's true rookie card. But if you ask 10 collectors out there if they had a choice to get a 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle or a 52 Topps, I bet you 8 or possibly 9 would want the 52 Topps. It is, 52 Topps, of course, is the first regular Topps baseball issue. Discounting 51 red back, blue back, and a few other of those type of things. It's the first regular card issue. Mickey Mantle, one in poor condition now, graded by SGC or PSA or whatever, sells for multiple thousands of dollars. And of course, if you get one toward the upper echelon of grading, you're set. All you got to do is search. Well, I can remember in the mid-'80s, the Ukrainian National Home here in Connecticut. One of the things that makes our hobby great, even to this day, all those years later, I got back into it in 1981 or 82, along with my friend Don Boudreau. And in Connecticut here, the name Neil Sakow is legendary in collecting. And famous Neely Bob, Neil Sakow, or just Neil. He was the greatest collector and dealer in Connecticut, in my opinion. And we became very good friends. Neil, of course, had a museum, and it's just kind of funny. He had a museum with his collection and Howdy Doody collection. And he had stuff that was way ahead of its time that people had it. Stuff that had never been opened. Now, I'm not talking about unopened packs. Yeah, he had plenty of those. I'm talking about, he would get stuff in the mail, and he would never open it. The outer opening. I went to his museum once, and he let me open this little envelope. Still sealed. And he says, well, we're going to open this, see what's in that. I went in there. There was a single card in there. It fell out. I put it to the side. I didn't look. And here is someone sending him a note. Dear Neil, thank you for your $1. Here is your Stallmeyer Mickey Mantle card. I'm serious. $1. Unfreaking believable. The card was in low grade, but do you know that's one of Mantle's rarest cards? Very hard card to get. And very expensive. But back to the Ukrainian. The Ukrainian was funny because, there are a lot of great shows in New England. They're still here. The greatest of which, of course, is the Greater Boston Sports Club show. and there's another show at the Shriners in Massachusetts run by a different organization. Those are the two biggest shows of the year. Tons of vintage stuff. In this channel, I don't talk much about new stuff. I can't keep up with it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in something that's supposedly a one of one. You know, something with reflective gloss or whatever. You know, this is crap. I like the meat and potatoes, the cards you used to get in a gum pack. Yeah, I chew with a piece of gum. Well, I tell you, the Ukrainian was a small show with about 20 to 30 tables. And it was basically a monthly show in Connecticut for several years, run by the late John Pernetta Jr. And at that show, back in the mid-'80s to the later 80s, I would say, was its heyday. We had everybody. You had people coming, you had kids setting up a table selling cards. You had vintage stuff that was just Mr. Checklist, Todd Sweetland, who's still in the hobby to this day, and many others. Well, Neil, he was so funny. And we had some bad people at that show, which is for another video. I'll be doing another video about the scummy people in the hobby and the scummy stuff that goes on in the hobby then and now. But we'll skip over that for now. This is supposed to be positive. It was funny, you know, people would come and Neil would show up. You know, people bring in their hand truck and they carry these boxes in. They open up their display case. They put their cards out. Nice table, you know, this is that, you know. Neil would show up with a shopping bag. Sometimes he'd have a box with no top on it. And he'd throw a few things on the table. And in those days, you could get a 52 Mickey Mantle. And there were people that would call Neil up and they would say, Neil, you got a 52 Mantle for me. And Neil would say, oh, let me look. And of course, 9 times out of 10, he had one. Neil probably at one time had 100 of those in all sorts of condition. And you know, you pay $1,000 back in those days for a low grade one. You can't even get one really for 5 to 10 times that amount in low grade today. Probably more. And by low, I mean poor, let's say. But that was the hobby at its finest. That was when everything exploded. And now it has become such a money game and is more of an investment than a collecting passion, but it's still great. The memorabilia is still out there. The cards are still out there, the vintage stuff. The new card market has tried to destroy the hobby. I don't care about the new stuff. I like the old stuff, and it is just the Ukrainian home was so much fun. It's a fond memory for me. I set up and attended that show many times. And Neil, who became a close friend before passing on a few years ago, quite a few now, Neil was one of a kind. But that's my memory here in Connecticut of a great show, the Ukrainian National Home. And I hope you'll enjoy more of my videos. I'm going to do probably 2 a month. They will be posted on YouTube, Baseball Lore and Collectibles. And go on Instagram, look for Scott Roberts 930, where I occasionally post pictures of stuff. And I will put all the links up there to my videos as well. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this. And keep collecting. And God bless all of you out there. Take care. Bye. Oh, Tigger wants to say goodbye, too. Bye, everybody.